If you guys have seen the other video where I made where I unboxed the Chrono Clash game for My Hero Academia, you will have known that I record this on the same day because of this. I really don't know what happened. I woke up in the morning and I was doing my hair and I look in the mirror, I was like, what? But I decided to roll with it because you were here for the content, for the soul, and not because of this. The launch of Series 12 is just right around the corner. As a content creator, I thought to myself, hey, what should we do for, what should this video be, right? Should we do like deck profile, or should we do like videos where I tell you like what are the 5 cards that you should get for Series 12, which retrospectively I think could be a very useful video to make. So we are gonna make a fun video celebrating Dragon Ball Super card game in 2020. We are gonna be making a video of the top 6 cards that I really love and that came out in 2020. Why 6 cards? Because there are 6 cards. And technically it is not 6 cards, it's 8 cards, because 2 set of the cards are pretty similar, so I kind of want to bundle them up together. You will understand what I mean later. So I think it's a little bit cheating if I separate them. Kinda stick around for my ode to the Dragon Ball Super card game in 2020, my top 6 favorite cards that came out in that year. See you guys after the short intro, alright? Hey guys, I want to welcome you back from the intro. So my top 6 favorite cards that came out in 2020. The first one is kind of like the starting of the year. It has to be Cooler Tyrannical Assault. In this card there is no discussion, you have to play it with the special rare because it just looks so good. More than just it is super playable, because it is such a great arrival. Like 20 for 1 red, it is 20k, it has double strike, it has the ability to meal, and it has the ability to mine it. So if you pair it ignoring barrier, so that is a very powerful ability to have in this game. So if you are playing against, if you pair it with the Cooler's ability, you get to draw if you play it correctly. At the same time your opponent meals even more, so this guy has the potential to meal 3. So just an amazing card through and through. I love the villain, I love the character, and to come out to have this card in my collection is something that I cherish a lot. And I bought, I think, 3x in the first day, because that's just how many I can get my hands on. And yep, I really love this. The next one is, it's due within 6 because I think they're played together. It's gonna be full power Frieza, 100% overdrive. You can see the similarities between these 2 cards, right? Because they both are in the red Frieza clan stuff. And this card is extremely aggressive and it plays together with the Mew archetype. I know some people have problems with this set of SCR because of the Phantom Hand, that you can see it in the picture in the video itself. However, I have no problems with that. I just love it. Like Frieza giving his full power, it's like his full power form, and then, you know, Frieza and Cooler doing exactly the same stuff. Just looks so good. The foiling, the foiling and everything just looks so good in this one, and I just like it because this is the last set when it comes to the multicolor block, and I believe that in this block they perfected on how to do it. So perfect. I love this. My number 6 in my top 5 top 6. The next one has to be the Counterblade that came out in set 10. So this is the first time that we will be introduced to the Unison block, and at the same time we will be introduced to the free counterplay and the counter attack cards, which I know it's a little bit controversial because some of them are a little bit overpowered. But over here we're just talking about my collection, what I really like to have in my collection. The first one would be like, let's take a look at Frieza, charismatic villain. Take a look at the artwork. It just looks so good. It is I didn't know it was so good though, but now this is a staple. So I was really glad to be able to pick them up. Like I got 3 of them at the start, and I picked them up at a pretty good price because I love the color. The artwork, the foiling of the Frieza card just simply looks very amazing. It plays well, that is really good. So I totally enjoy this one. And the other one, together with, it's kind of my top 5, yeah. It's gonna be Vegeta Prideful Transformation. Out of all of them, I don't really like the Trunks one because I know that's the most powerful. However, it's so dark. I don't like it. The color, it's so, you don't see the color, right? It's just simply gold and dark. That's what I see. But when it comes to Vegeta, Prideful Transformation, you can see that he's in his SS4 form and he's trying to hit someone. The artwork, the foiling, the texture, it just looks, the color just pops. For me. Number 5, it's gonna be Bio Broly Giant Force. I know this one might be a little bit controversial because the Giant Force foiling wasn't really good. However, it doesn't really bother me. I actually kind of like it. It's very, very different. If they're gonna put it in the main set, okay, maybe I might have a little bit problem with that, but it wasn't. It was just an expansion set, right? A drop box. So I'm totally fine with that. And sometimes I take it out and take a look. It looks pretty good. Very difficult to photograph because they are very, very shiny. This is some of the problems that people have with the card. However, with me, that's not exactly a problem. And when it comes to Bio Broly, it is the card game that kind of maybe make me slowly like Bio Broly, because I think everybody who kind of like Broly as a character doesn't really like the Bio Broly. We pretend that it doesn't exist, but it's not the case here. Slowly I kind of like it, and with this card it just looks so good. It is like Broly stretching his hands out. I love this card and it's playable. Glad I grabbed them at the start so that I can put it in my currently right now the Broly deck. So let's go to the next one. It has to be another Broly entry, Dark Broly Overwhelming Evil. I think unlike the previous one, this one, I believe that most people will agree that it looks such crazy, and like this is Broly throwing a Denki Dama. I don't know what's that, but it's definitely not Denki Dama, but you know, it's like a ball of energy, and the foiling, take a look at that. That is one thing that I really love about this Dragon Ball Super card game, right? Because it just looks so good. Not just looking good, if you touch the card itself, it feels so good too. So, really love it. Foiling, artwork, playability, 3 energy, it's a little bit too much, but I'll be playing it in my Broly stack because Broly needs Broly, and that's theme. And so, I really love this card. This is one of the cards that I do also have a playset of SR, because I don't know which one to choose. Sometimes I play the SPR, sometimes I play the SR. I don't know which one to choose. I kind of like both. Alright, number 2, it is gonna be a very, very expensive card. I believe this might be the most expensive card in my top 6 for last year. Cell Xeno Unspeakable Abomination. I was gonna put like the Cell SPR because I kind of like it, but the Cell SR was looking good too. So sometimes really I'll just play the Cell SR instead of the Cell SPR. But this card itself, I pick it up on day 1. It is super powerful. I love playing the deck. It is slow, but if you play it correctly, you get a lot of gains on it. Then I love the artwork. It just looks so amazing. This is the card that kind of tells you what direction that the black color was kind of heading to, right? Before we go into set 10, where all this Dragon Ball Hero stuff comes in. So Cell Xeno was introducing us, was kind of like Dragon Ball. They do that with this card game, so we kind of have to take note that usually with an expansion set or maybe with the last set, they kind of tells you which direction they're heading to. So this was one of the cards. I'm glad I bought it on day 1 at a very, very good price, because I believe in this card. And this card really pays off for me in the long run. I bought it not because it was good. I saw it, I knew it was good. I bought it on day 1 on a very good price. And I love the artwork. And then, coincidentally, one of my most played card in 2020. Before we go on to number 1, what is my favorite card of that came out in 2020? Let's talk about some honorable mention. The first one would be Son Goku and Vegeta, Apex of Power. I know this one, it's easy pick because there's a Son Goku and Vegeta. I don't really like the artwork. I think it's a little bit too busy and it wasn't as sharp as I really wanted, but it has the Victory Strike tag. The second card that has Victory Strike tag. The first one, it's extremely expensive. Everybody knows what card was that. And the other one, it's also, I played the Android 17 deck, so perfect in my Android 17 Invoco deck. The next honorable mention would be Great Ape Ma Saiyan. I love this card. The issue with this card, I love this card because of the artwork. However, the issue with this card is not that it is bad that we don't see play. The issue with this card is that there's Cell Xeno out there, so there is just way better green SCRs out there. And if you're playing other decks, you could play with the Frieza, starter Frieza deck. However, the problem is it is a Saiyan card. That is a limitation. So they release a green card that you cannot use it with the green starter deck in this set. So that was a little bit confusing. However, just on the artwork alone, I love this card. So let's talk about my number 1 pick. Guess what would it be? It is gonna be another Broly. It is SS4 Broly, the Great Destroyer. I believe that between Cell Xeno and SS4 Broly, people could flip it around. However, just for the artwork and the character alone, I have to pick SS4 Broly. I love this. I love the artwork. The foiling is just amazing. And SS4 is my favorite transformation. Broly, it's one of my favorite characters in this card game. The character that got me into this card game. The first deck that I played was Broly. So this card, with a combination of my favorite transformation plus one of my favorite characters, it has to take up a number 1 spot. The foiling, the artwork just looks so amazing. I know I said that before, but this is me. I often repeat what I say because I forget them like a goldfish. However, this card can be played like in only several decks because you need a 35k red Saiyan. So you mono red Saiyan, so there is the balance that it comes in. When this card comes in, it literally just ends the game right there. And also this was the card that I kind of figured out that it has to be him. I just don't know which color it is, but I kind of knew it has to be him because of when the set came out. This was set 11, so it was all the SS4, right? So you see SS4 Gohan, SS4 Goku, SS4 Bardock, and everybody, SS4 Vegeta. However, there's one SS4, one guy who could go SS4, but it is missing, and it was Broly. So I called it out in the Facebook group and said, one of the SCR has to be SS4 Broly. So I was right. So plus point for this card. Special place in my heart. One of the best cards that came out in 2020. I totally love it. So this is all for my 2020 cards that I love. I hope you enjoyed it. What are your favorite 2020 cards? I would love to hear them in the comment section. Put it down. I'll reply to them. See you guys in the next video, alright? Get ready for Series 12. Ciao, bye.